Hey y'all, I'm back with another one. Even though I couldn't fix my light, it's all good. And it'd be crazy to me if I was able to fix it after I upload this video. But Ashe, infinite love, light, and healing vibrations. I don't mourn over here. I rise, okay? But to each his own. But anyhow, I'll tell y'all, I've been had this dream, but I'm like, should I tell it, should not? And as I was trying to fix my light to my thing, it wouldn't work. I'm saying this shit back. Excuse me, French. Anyhow, I had a dream of young dolph. That man came to me in a dream. I never listened to none of his music. I don't even know about him. I have no idea who he is. I've seen him. What I mean by this, I've heard of him. I've seen him, but do I know any of his songs or his song lyrics? Nope, I have no idea what they are. When he came to me, I don't know about the conspiracy theories. Because the dreams, to me, are just as real. Because this is a dream world. I had saw that man, he just popped up. He said, man, tell them people stop talking about me. I'm dead already. I'm like, how the fuck you dead? He ain't say it like that, but telepathically. He said, can't you see it? And when he opened his mouth, his teeth looked like wood. It looked like, so you know, and I got, well, the symbolic meaning, what I would take, now that I'm thinking about it, is stop talking about him, and then when he opened his mouth, it looked it, and I'm like, wow, you are dead. And that's what I'm saying to myself. I'm not hell. I'm saying to myself, like, how in the hell am I in this dream realm with this person who I heard passed, whatever? How do he come visit me when my own mama ain't come visit me, and my brother? I dreamed about my grandmother, and they call those visits, the terminology, if somebody passes and you have a dream about them, they call that the people visiting you. Where I'm from, in the South, Miami, Dade County, 305, Liberty City, Scott Projects. But anyhow, I have to say, he told me, he said, my favorite color is blue. So I figured, like, in that dream, we do have something in common, because my whole life, I've always loved the color blue, especially royal blue. It's 5 colors that take my interest. My favorite color is royal blue. Second color would have to be, that I would choose, that I always get, is black. And then another color that I always get would have to be gray. And another color I always get would be khaki and white. So I said, damn, everybody do have at least 5 or 6 favorite colors. It's just their first favorite color. But he was like, this is something like a message. Yeah, this is my favorite color. Anybody know me know that. You know, and then you look up a dolphin, you know, not Adolf. You look up a dolphin, like a dolphin has sensories where they could send them wave magnetic fields or frequencies out. And I would like to say that's exactly what he did. You may not like the music, that the songs he had to sing, but hell, that's what it takes to get the message out. I guess that's what it takes. And then it makes me think about when True Life Stories said, man, they going out like this. I thought of, what if they know their God? Like, in which, I wouldn't even say God, because he turned that word around and spells dog. But dog is the man's best friend. Or they say, that's another story. But what if they know, like, I don't believe I'm on this highest vibration. I'm on this, so let me make the best of this bitch. And then when I go out, same way Tupac went out, people still talking, well, we could go back to Jesus. Well, Jesus, this they made him up, but y'all sure didn't die. He married Mary Magdalene. That's another story, okay? I know I may sound all over the place, but you know, when you're getting information and you're talking, that's the way it has to be. You have to get the word out some kind of way. But what if he was already on this frequency and he already knew, cause I honestly know that your higher self is there. But the way I could prove it, you say, man, my mind told me not to do that, I should have listened. But how about when you do listen to that higher self and you be so glad? So I feel like people should work that higher self. Always work it. Tell you, don't. If you trying to preserve something, unless you just like some of them, like, I'm gonna give it all up. I'm gonna go out this realm by any means necessary, no matter, and the bloodier, the merrier. Right? Look how they did in the Bible. I'm being honest. I'm just saying all these, what they call them, martyrs, make up this reality. And who knows if they reincarnating back right now? Because when you realize this is all a game, like playing Pac-Man, okay, you could lose that Pac-Man. Even Mario broke my face game. But even though you could lose the game, right? But what happens when you lose and play, you perfect that game. You perfect that shit. You know I ain't lying. Whoever just played the game and just won at it. Let's be realistic. If we're gonna talk some spirituality over here, because I like talking about spirituality. I can talk about this all day. So you have to envision these people that saying, oh, we are Sims, we are energy. I have this ability to come back. And then you look up gematria, and then it all coincides with all this energy. Like the Dogon tribe said, we are Adinkras. And then even in your Bible, it mentions the matrix 8 times. Your brain is encased in darkness. I'm in the dark room, but you could still hear me, okay? And I don't want to be disrespectful to disabled people who may not be able to hear, but my frequencies will resonate with you. I can guarantee you that. And this will be closed captioned to where you can read it. And for my blind people, you cannot read this, maybe you can see it. And for those who are both deaf and blind, when those vibrations come, you're going to feel it anyways. So it can't nothing stop the message. When I thought about it, I'm like, damn, so you mean to tell me the message get out any kind of way? Hell yeah, how the fuck you think Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles learned to do how they did? Ain't nothing stop them. Nothing stopped them people. They did what they wanted to do. You have to give them their credit. You just have to give them that. And then I have to mention the blind boy that electromagnetic fields off of echoing off of walls. Where the hell he learned that from? Where? Like, I'm just asking myself all these things that, and then when you think about it, think about everything you thought of, everything you dreamed, everything you felt, imagine if you could put that in the book. Even a child could put a lot of stuff in the book simply because their imaginations run wild until we enforce our beliefs upon those children. And then those children become like us. They become followers. And that's the fact. I mean, Well, some they reject it because I'm not going to be a liar here. I'm going to give the whole truth. When I was very, very religious, reading my Bible, I mean, reading it faithfully, I used to lock myself in the room. My church will tell you this. I'll go get my son right now. I asked him how many times when I lived in City Grove, I used to lock myself in a room and read the whole Bible. And I used to love to get to Revelations. Yeah, like Revelations means to reveal. But Tyrese, when I had him, but I never enforced it on him. But I did send them to church. I'm not gonna lie about that. Tyrese was like, I'm not going to church. I'm not on this. Now, I have to tell y'all this. If he was born when I was born, and he's left-handed, and he rejects the church, they would have, man, what? You the devil. Now, let's go back further than that. They would have put his ass on a stake and burnt him. Hey, listen, I'm just telling the truth. I have to get this message out because I get it. Oh, so y'all saying when you leave this realm as this person, you shedded that. Let that go. That energy is still there. It's like a snake shedding their skin, and you shed your skin every night. Every night. So we're similar to the fucking snake. We don't even know it. Man. This shit sound crazy what I'm thinking, like the downloads. Like, if what I'm saying is real. Let those avatars be those avatars. Allow the energy, because the energy never changes the avatar. And what I have to say about that is showing me I could put something on a computer. I have the same thing. It goes slower. Put it on another computer. It runs a little faster than that one. And I could put it on this one. I got the same information, but I'm using different computers. And then it's showing me the way of a car. I could have this car, and the engine is gone, but the body of this car is still good. So what I do, I take the engine out. I go get another engine, and I drop it off in that car. It's the same car. It's gonna function the same way. So that's what I'm thinking. That means the soul drops itself off and deposits itself off in different avatars. And humans are not only avatars. Avatars are anything you see. And what are logos? Logos are identities. Protect your logo. And it's your awareness of your consciousness. Because that's what the goal is. Believe it or not, the goal is not to really do what I thought for years. The goal is right here. If I could get your mind, this is like some cult shit. If I could, excuse my French, if I could get your mind, I got your body, and I got your mind, so your soul is already intertwined with that. Notice when people leave a relationship, they say, my mind made up. These are the downloads I'm getting. I'm speaking them in real time. They be like, my mind is made up. And they leave. Because it's the vibration with the thought pattern, and it's the feeling that's coming into this avatar. And this avatar, the atoms, the electrons, neutrons, and protons, and they are used to vibrating on this certain, like water. Like I believe, like, if I looked at myself for what I really am, I look like flowing particles of energy. And all this energy, trillions and trillions, billions and billions of energy. Now, I'm to say this. I'm not the only one who have felt this. You can feel when it's going to rain. You can feel when your lights go off. Even if you paid your light bill, it has nothing to do with it. You can feel that energy gone. It's like earth, wind, and fire. After the love is gone, how could you leave me home and not even stay around? You feel that energy. You be like, hold up. It's like, I don't even think you hear it, because sometimes, I remember one time I was asleep. Light bill, everything paid. And I just woke up, it was like, well, it could be the vibration from the appliances, but I will tell you this. Your energy is higher than the energy that they're giving you that you're paying for. Now, I could just imagine when, because these younger people, they're finding out they ain't on that. They ain't on them chitlins and shit. They're not. They're fighting back with energy. They ain't even fighting back with guns. They like, you know what? I'm gonna use my supernatural ability. And I wish no ill will upon you, but even so, everything is yin and yang. Hell, you have to get balance within chaos. It's a fact. Somebody always coming in when it's chaos. Somebody always come and break that chaos up. I don't give a fuck if it's death. Could be somebody, hey, yo, y'all. And y'all stop this. Y'all know somebody gotta come. But the chaos has to take place to make order. And it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Now that's the vibration that we're on. Because everything is a vibration. Even me talking to you right now, it's a vibration. Vibration is a feeling. Do it have a color? I don't think so. I think it's just a feeling. Like you feel it. Like, for instance, you could be with your homegirls, your homeboys. One person had to pee, next person, boom, boom. Everybody got to pee. The vibrations, somebody already had to pee. In my mind, what I'm thinking, but they just wanted, I don't want to leave the party. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to leave first, if that's the case. But the person who don't give a fuck, they usually say, I gotta pee. I'm finna go to this toilet. I'm not gonna pee on myself. And that's what it is. It's a vibration. Everything we do. Even when we are affected by the sun and the moon, not being funny. I don't know it all, but I know enough to know that yeah, for real. How they try to get you. Then I can see it, sometimes I have to go off, because in order, let me tell y'all something. You can turn the other cheek. But I ain't turning the other cheek, because it depends on which cheek. They ain't never said which cheek. Well, they did say slap my, man, I ain't on that. That's like some gladiator shit. I'm not on it, You ain't slapping, no. That's like an all-out war. So how would they even write that to think about this? So it had to be some slavery shit. Yeah, come knock this. Forgive you. Then what if I don't even want to think that far. I'm gonna forgive you. No, I'm not on that. I'm not on no negativity, but when I get these downloads and they be like, this is what it is, and my DNA proves it. My DNA goes so far back. And hell yeah, I took my DNA test. You know what? I was born in Jackson Memorial Hospital. You know how many times I went to the hospital? How many times they've collected your DNA? Think about it. Unless you went to a herbalist or something like that. But every time you spit, you eat off anything, a fruit, apple, even if you peel it. People act like DNA is so fucking hard to extract. They make you think it's hard to extract because they want you to leave it. So you might as well take hold to what, and people like, well, you never know. Child, they don't took some DNA tests and figuring out some shit. Trust me. Don't fall for the okie doke. And then, at the end of the day, you all within the matrix. You're a part of it. So why not figure some things out? And when you can figure it out, you ain't lie all the way. Some truth gotta be prevailed. Some truth within a lie has to be prevailed. And I like to say the lie has told the truth. Like they lied and in some kind of way, I found some truth in that lie. So I like to believe that. Truly, I would. But back to young Dolph, it's like, let me go. Respect my energy. Let me go. Keep me in the compass. Keeping you in the compass is always, and I could believe that's why my grandmother never kept pictures in her house. I don't know. If I was older, I probably would have known some stuff about grandma. Cause grandma, I ain't gonna let my grandma, and she was on that. When I say my grandma was on that spirituality, people don't believe me. Like, she tried to get me to go to the graveyard. My Auntie Lisa Wynn was going to jail. Auntie Lisa, if you're listening, you know I'm not lying. I love you. Much love. But she tried to get me to go to the graveyard. Same graveyard that my mother was buried at. I was probably like 13 years old. Living in Lincolnfield apartments. My auntie stabbed these girls up. I ain't gonna lie. And she had a cocaine charge. But I think the cocaine charge is what they charged for. They were like, bitch, you could fuck them up and stab them. Because that's what they got on. They ain't get her really for the girls. Being honest, now that I think about it. And back then, you were able to leave your child in the courtroom. She left her daughter, who was born February that year, whatever. And I raised them children. Not raised them, but something, I ain't had no choice. But I did what I had to do. But back then, when you look at it, man, and I should sue, not being funny, I should sue the courts. You making me I'm 13 years old. You making me take a newborn baby in the carrier seat. They ain't even have no seatbelt laws out back then. I'm not bragging, but this is what it was. And then people gonna look at it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna look at, damn, we was able to do this, and they trying to slowly but surely make this shit like, I give you this much freedom, like a slave. But it's your consciousness. So I know right back to my grandma. But technically I kinda raised them. My grandmother had multiple sclerosis. She couldn't walk. She couldn't do nothing. I learned how to cook since I was 9 years old. I can't do nothing. I know how to clean and cook. And not tell a lie and be loyal. When I was younger, people do lie. Who you find that was younger that didn't lie? I'm 45 now. Going on 46. If I lie, it won't be for this shit. Not for this third dimension. I'm telling the truth all the way in. But think about it. Back to my, I'm so this, I'm so that. Yeah, I'm not that. When I think about it, I want to be, and I'm going to be, because I came from that energy, but I believe we fell from fucking grace. It's like a dumpster. It's like trash. Like the trash doing what it want to do right now. It's right in the trash can. Somebody gonna come pick it up, boom, put it in the landfill. So human souls doing what they want to do right now. I won't call it trash because everybody had a purpose. Everything gonna come back in. And what I like to think about when they say um, the sun will burn out and everything that you know that exists will cease to exist. No, it'll be another union. It's gonna come right back again because the creator, man, what have you been reincarnated? We doing the same shit right now we've been doing years ago. You can't even remember yet, day before yesterday. What I'm doing right now, I've already did this, and I'll keep coming back, trying to get the same message out. That's how I be thinking sometimes. I can't say for the next person. Because if everything is constantly moving and expanding and it collapses, then it rises again. So shit, I ain't gonna lie. Think about your computer. Then I like to think that there's a lot of people that's not even from this planet that's occupying this planet. Who are the original people of this planet? The first ones that was here before Anunnaki got here. Before you splitted the planets with Tiamat and the waters. That's why I say the waters you drank are older. They're trying to make it, the asteroid belt, it's a way to get through that. Don't believe that. I'm telling y'all, if they came through from another planet and come back every 3,666 years. They said 3,600, I think. I beg the difference. I think it's 3666. And when it come back, how would, even, listen, the only people that's gonna know and which you reincarnate over and over is like a video game, but unless you could remember your consciousness from the former avatar, like Tuhiti Thor, twice born, wrote in the emerald tablets, that's the only way you gonna say, well shit, I was here from 1970, and look at it this way. Look at a lot of people who was born in 1970 something that's living all the way into 2000. Now, let's take into accountability of the people who was born in the 1800s. They're still living from the 1900s to the 2000s. Because you got some of those that's living here. Don't get it twisted. And they won't tell you that because if I told you that, and then some people are like, why would I want to live in this avatar that long? Like, well, to obtain the knowledge that you need to teach you that you could switch into another avatar. That's what I figured out. Because if you don't know, I think you forget. I think we all fell from grace. Fell from grace. And you gotta go back to that. I'm such a crybaby. But it's the energy you feel, because you could feel when you know you fucked over. It's like falling for something and you think it's real and it's this and it's that. And you realize I've been duped. But you kind of had that feeling, but it's so hard because when you come back into this world and you choose the avatar, you come back as a baby. We are the slowest species to grow, but yet we are the most intelligent. So that has to tell me a reversal of something. Like, if I had to look on other planets, is the planet that walk backwards? Hell yeah, because anything that I conjure up and think in my mind, it could be. So I'm thinking like, every other species love their family. Don't get it twisted. And some stick together, but they let them be free. They poof. And I just want to be free. They let them go, let them. And they come back, oh, mama, I got my wife, the birds, got my children. Yeah, you taught me. Hey. Raccoons, yeah, I got my family. They have a whole lot. Possums. They always come back. I believe that. Just like we have aunties, cousins, nephews, aunties, grandmas. They got that too. What makes us so better than a plant or an animal? Nothing. If everything is tied together, you cannot separate that. It's impossible. You will want to do it, but when you think about it, it's really no separation that you could give to that. I wouldn't even want to give no separation to that. So to feel love and then to be able to do what you're doing, because I never saw, well, I'm not saying they don't do it, because I think everything we do, ants, roaches, turtles, they do it in their own way, but we just don't see it. Like, what I'm saying, like, I got a car. They build houses, so they showing us, yeah, we doing the same shit, but we don't see it no further. Because we only see our little gas, you know what I'm saying, our little cars. That's the way we see it, but they ass doing the same thing we doing, believe it or not. And that's why SpongeBob SquarePants have a lot of astrology knowledge in it. It does. Excuse me, I gotta wipe my face. But it does. It has a lot of astrology knowledge. Because I'm such a crybaby. I had to wipe my face. But anyhow, it's always going to be an opposite going against whatever you do positive. But don't think of the opposite. Think of you as the positive, as the generator. I'm telling myself some shit that I've been practicing, but I'm not perfectionist of this shit. I'm not a perfectionist, but I do it every day. Every day when I get up, I say, what could I do better than I did yesterday? And I don't want to mourn, because when you say to me, good morning, when somebody dies, I'm from the hood, you mourn them. It's like casting the spell. When you rise, even if you're quadriplegic, your consciousness rise. Just because a person in a coma don't mean their consciousness is not moving. Everything is still moving. Everything. Just because they can't tell you that it's still moving. Nothing dies. But what I would say is to cut off the avatars. Like you say, everybody changed their pictures on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. They changed it. Said, well, I don't want this picture no more. Let me change it. They change their thumbnails every day. We change them. I do it too. I'm no different. I'm part of the system. But the beautiful part of it is, I'm not going to lie to you about the system, because you got a lot of people that know about this system, and they'll lie. They said, I don't want to go down by myself, so I'll take somebody else. The only people they could take down with them is the people that want to go down with them. Because you got to be on the same frequency. Look at this shit as a radio station. Like, if you're hearing me right now, you're looking at this, you chose to look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a frequency. And they passing out those frequencies. And they're trying to get rid of people. It won't happen. I'm gonna assure you of that. Simply because we took a liability oath, some of us, and we know it. I think we know it. I'm not gonna say no names. We took a liability oath, and we're gonna get our goddamn on messages out any kind of way we can. Music, songs, memes, whatever. We do not care. And I can imagine when they built their first computer for 666, a lot of us wasn't able to afford it. But we are now. That's why I look at it. You want me to die? Just say that.